Hello there everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is episode 6 of my TBR challenge. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, I'll link them above throughout the video. So the first manga that I read, I'm gonna have to read it from my notes because the title is long, but the title is The Too Perfect Saint Tossed Aside by My Fiancé and Sold to Another Kingdom. This is a fantasy, romance, and isekai story. Our main character, Philia, is from a family that is known for producing saints, and she is known to be the most powerful saint there is. However, many people within her kingdom resent her for her abilities. Then suddenly, her fiancé decides to break their engagement and sell her to a neighboring kingdom. The neighboring kingdom is in a desperate need for a saint anyways. Philia is expecting mistreatment from this new kingdom, but to her surprise, that is not the case. I thought this series wasn't so bad, but it also wasn't so great. Well, at least the first volume wasn't so bad, but it also wasn't that great. I feel like the overall plot was good, but nothing really stood out to me, and I didn't really feel too invested into the story. I don't think I would continue on to read volume 2. This series is ongoing with 6 volumes, and I rated this a 3 out of 5 stars. Next up, I have Suzuki-kun's Mindful Life. This is a slice of life and comedy story. Kaoru Suzuki looks intimidating, and this causes a lot of people to either fear him or want to challenge him. However, he's actually a very kind and loving person, and he just loves homemaking hobbies like baking and cooking. When Suzuki-kun gets harassed on the train, there is a gentle-looking boy who comes to his aid, and to his surprise, this gentle-looking boy is very tough. The two of them start to form an unlikely friendship. I really love this story, and I love Suzuki-kun and the way he just is so invested in his homemaking hobbies. Like, he bakes for his family, he loves flowers, and it's just so nice to see like his stature, but like seeing him do such gentle things is so cute. He's the literal definition of a gentle giant. I also love seeing him get more comfortable with his new friends and starting to, shed off all the trauma that he's faced in the past with trying to make friends despite his looks. I would definitely continue on reading this series, and I could easily see this as like an anime because just everything about it is so cute. Like, from him looking the way he is, but then being into really gentle things, and then his friend who's like a gentle looking boy, but he's like very tough, and like it's just all so cute. This series is ongoing with 2 volumes. I rated this a 4 out of 5 stars. Next up, I read Kagurabachi. This is a action, dark fantasy, and revenge story. Chihiro is a son of Kunishige, who is a legendary swordsmith whose 6 enchanted blades ended a war. Then one day, Chihiro's peaceful life is suddenly shattered. This traumatic event sends him down on a new path, and this new path involves finding the 6 enchanted blades. I really like this story. It reminded me of Bleach with like the blades and stuff. So, like, Bleach had the Bankai, and this one is like enchanted blades. And this also involves sorcerers and the Yakuza, so I thought that was cool too. But despite that, I think I would rather watch the anime than to continue on reading it. The anime is going to come out next year in April, so I think I can wait until then to watch the anime. So this series is ongoing with 7 volumes, but I don't know when I'm going to post this, if it's going to be before August 4th or after. If it's before, then it's 7 volumes, but if it's after August 4th, then 8 volumes are going to be out. I rated this a 4 out of 5 stars. Next up, I have Always a Catch: How I Punched My Way into Marrying a Prince. This is a shoujo, rom-com, and fantasy story. Maria, a duke's daughter, trains in martial arts. When Maria's younger brother is born, he is now the next heir to the family, and this means that Maria has to now find a husband. She travels to the neighboring country in order to find a husband. Then she finds herself in a mix-up where the crown prince thinks that she is his fiancé. Volume 1 of this was so good. I enjoyed it so much, and it was such a fun read. Like, Maria is so funny, and she's such a likable character. You cannot like her. Like, she's so positive and so just uplifting, and like, even when people are mean to her, she doesn't take it in that deeply. Like, she just brushes it off, and she's such a vibe. I plan to watch the anime, and I did watch a little bit of episode 1, and I really love it. So I think I'm just gonna stick with the anime for now, and then maybe eventually I'll go back to the manga. This series is ongoing with 7 volumes. I rated this a 5 out of 5 stars. Next up, I have Asadora. This is a historical fiction, sci-fi, mystery, and thriller story. Asa is often overlooked by her family and others around her. While searching for a doctor because her mother is in labor, Asa gets stranded in a storm that's approaching. She then unexpectedly encounters a burglar and tries to stop him. The burglar, however, ends up kidnapping her, but this also leads to an unlikely partnership. This manga has been on my TBR for a long time, and I know I say that for quite a few of the mangas I've read thus far, but this one in particular, I've heard a lot of good things about it and I've seen it go around a lot, so I really wanted to get to it, and I'm excited that for this episode I was able to read it. This one, I really loved it. I love the art of it. The art is so cute, and I just love the interaction between her, Asa, and the burglar, and also just the thriller aspects of them trying to survive the storm. But then there's also some mystery elements because, well, okay, I don't want to say that would be a spoiler, but there's a lot of mystery elements within this story, and it makes that much more intriguing. There's a really big cliffhanger at the end, and that really made me want to read on to volume 2, but I know that would be dangerous because I'd find myself in the same situation I was in with Perfect World, where I loved the first volume. I was continuing on reading it, but then I wanted to read other volumes for this challenge, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait until I'm done with reading all of the books for this challenge and then hopefully go back to it. While researching, I found out that this manga series has been on hiatus quite a few times, and currently it's on another hiatus, but it's still ongoing, and so far there are 9 volumes out. I rated this a 5 out of 5 stars. Alright, the last one is Phantom Busters. This is a shonen, comedy, supernatural, and coming-of-age story. Eugene, who has always been an excellent student, doesn't believe in ghosts or the supernatural. He befriends another student named Moguri, who is an exorcist. After Eugene and Moguri have a very scary encounter, they decide to open up a high school exorcist club. They make efforts to try to recruit other students who have exorcist abilities. I enjoyed volume 1 of this. I love the ghosts and their exorcism and the history behind it, and just seeing the two of them fool around and finding new people to join their club. The boys in this volume are so funny, and they make a slam dunk reference, which I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I love that. So that immediately gained my love for this manga. Anything with slam dunk, my boys, I'll never forget my boys. So yeah, that was it sold me. I'm like, yeah, this is a good story. I would love to see this in anime form, but I also would continue on reading it after this challenge too, because it was very enjoyable, and it just, even reading it felt like it was already an anime. So this series is ongoing with 4 volumes. I rated this one a 5 out of 5 stars. That is it for this video. Let me know which series piqued your interest. Also, let me know which mangas or books that you're reading right now. I would also like to say that I'm not quite sure if I'll really be able to finish the whole challenge this year, to be honest. I planned out all the mangas I would read from my TBR, and I have quite a few to go through. I'm talking, it's gonna be probably 7 episodes plus. So I don't know if I'll be able to make through all of those episodes by the end of the year. I'm gonna try to. It's kind of been hard because, sometimes I'll get into a reading slump, or sometimes I'll just not want to read. And there's also other physical books I'm reading. Right now, I'm currently reading Hot Gimmick because I have the omnibus of it, and I'm really enjoying that. So I don't know exactly how this challenge is gonna go, or if I'm gonna be able to complete it this year. I'm gonna try. If not, then I'll continue it on into next year. So yeah, but I really am enjoying just discovering new manga that has always been on my TBR but never got the chance to read it. Some of the mangas that I end up reading, and then after a couple of weeks I found out they're going to be an anime, or even before then. I know Kagurabachi, I heard or I saw the anime trailer, but it never hit me that it was on my TBR, and I'm like, oh, I have this here. So yeah, that was a really nice surprise. Always a catch. I saw the manga before, and I do know about the anime, so I'm glad I read the first volume. It is really good, so I can continue on watching the anime. Hopefully I'll be able to finish all of the mangas that I'm reading. If not, this will continue on into next year. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.